Shawn Hilton here, coming to you live from Comics Cubed. I'm the owner. I'm also the founder of the Kokomo Con. I know a thing or two about comic books. I'm going to help you learn a thing or two about comic books as well. Today, we're going to review some stuff. But where can you find the things that I review? You can find them right here at Comics Cubed, in the heart of beautiful downtown Kokomo, at 121 East Sycamore. So, let's talk some comics. By the way, did you know Iron Man made like just a ton of money? It did. So, in that though, they showed a preview for the new Wolverine movie. Almost every copy probably had the new Wolverine because, well, it's Wolverine and Iron Man that kind of go together. So, in it, they discuss Wolverine. And over here today, we've got Paul Cornell, Alan Davis doing Wolverine. Third issue, we still have the first, second issue here on the shelves of Comics Cubed. What did I think about it? Wasn't very good. The dead, they be a-walking. And we're up to issue number 110 of Robert Kirkman's Walking Dead comic, which has been going on for like 11 years now. The show's been going on for 3 years. So, for those not in the know, let me help you out. The comic came first. Not only is the comic better, it's more brutal. It's more violent, more stuff happens, and there are more interesting characters. The only thing you're going to miss in this is there's no Daryl. There's no Daryl? Then why would I bother to read it? Daryl's a fun character in the TV show, but in this we get better characters. They're even more interesting. Nobody's more interesting than Daryl. Put down your Marlboros, quit watching NASCAR, and listen to me. There are people more interesting than Daryl, and you can find them in the Walking Dead comic where Andrea's still alive. Oh wait, that was a spoiler. I don't care. The show's been over long enough and off the air for like 3 or 4 weeks. Get over it. Andrea's dead. We've got a guy running around with a tiger pretending to be a king. That's right. I said a guy running around with a tiger being king. But luckily for us, the one cool thing that does happen in this particular issue is Michonne. Oh yeah, she's in it, and she is much cooler than Daryl in this book. Daryl's a little girl compared to Michonne in this book. She calls this guy running around with a tiger acting like a king and is like, knock it off, dude. And there is some great character kind of stuff going on that is explained really well. No zombies. 0 zombies. Well, you kind of see some zombies in the background. But it has really nothing to do with the book. Overall, pretty decent little issue, but if there is one complaint to be said about The Walking Dead right now, it's being written for trade paperbacks, it feels like, and we're being forced to wait for the next trade paperback for something to happen. Good book, could be a little better, but really it doesn't matter if it's Walking Dead, you're going to read it anyway. Well, hello children and comic book fans. Occasionally we need to take some moment for ourselves to get in touch with what's best in life, and sometimes that's imagination. So, the Sesame Street comic is going to tell you how to use your imagination. Elmo's going to be a superhero, but he doesn't have any superpowers. But Elmo will teach you, and you will realize that you can be a superhero without having superpowers. That a fireman, and a policeman, and a garbage man, and a nurse, they're all heroes in their own way. And so can you. By buying Sesame Street from me, allowing me to pay more taxes to the city, and helping everybody enjoy. It's the circle of payment. It's several different little stories, but the very first page even teaches kids how to read a comic book, explaining to them what the word balloons are, and narration, and things like that. You get multiple stories in this first issue of Sesame Street. You get some imagination time. You get some valuable lesson time. You get all the wonderful things that an all ages comic needs. Wait. It's just in. Public service announcement. The City of Fisk Roller Girls are bringing a bout to the Indiana area, specifically Greentown Fairgrounds. May 11th, City of Fisk Roller Girls, the bad ladies of skating in Kokomo, are going to take on Lafayette's Brawlin' Dolls, according to this. May 11th, check them out on Facebook. City of Fisk Roller Girls. Support them! X #1 by Dark Horse Comics. Now, it's written by a name that I can't possibly pronounce, with an artist whose name that, if I did try to pronounce it, I would just screw it up, and Mike's not here to fix all this for me. So it's like Sorinsky and Iguayan or something like that, but I couldn't honestly tell you. X is a foray into the superhero genre, but it's more like the Punisher, Rambo, an incredibly ultra-violent character. Definitely not for children whatsoever here. X is a masked vigilante that is not going to put anybody in prison. The system's broke. He's not going to fill up privatized prison to make more fat cats more money. It's not going to happen. This guy is putting people in body bags and graves, mass graves at this point. It might as well be a third world country with a crazy dictator without any Twinkies looking to kill everybody for no good reason. Very violent book. Our character that we pretty much follow through this one is an unemployed reporter, which, you know, she's doing her bloggy thing and whatnot. I mean, so it's really not real reporting. Except now the bloggers are pissed because I called them not real reporters. The reporters are pissed because they said they're pretty much all unemployed. So everybody's upset now. But it's okay because X isn't coming to kill you like he is all the other mob bosses on the planet. It's about a vigilante. If you've seen the Punisher movies, you got a good feeling of what X is probably about. If you want something a little lighter and fluffier, then maybe Elmo's Imaginary Land's a little more up your thing. Christopher Yost is still bringing us Avenging Spiderman, which is one of the more popular books that we carry because, well, Doc Ock is still taking over Peter Parker's body. Avenging Spider-Man is a team-up style book, meaning we're going to get Spider-Man and Black Widow and Hawkeye and the Incredible Hulk and Nick Fury and Agent Coulson all in one issue. That's right. Boom. So you're getting an awful lot of book. The only problem that I had with this particular book was not a lot of build-up to what was going on and why. But it turns out the Chameleon, arch nemesis of Spider-Man, is in S.H.I.E.L.D. custody. And he's a spy and knows crazy secrets, and people want him dead because they don't want him to blather about those secrets. Superior Spider-Man, Doc Ock, is there. He is trying to do something. We're not incredibly sure what, something to do with the Chameleon. He bumps into all these other characters that I've already mentioned, and wild wackiness ensues. This one seems a little disjointed, so that might be an issue. But overall, pretty good book, a lot of fun. The art by a gentleman who I'm not very familiar with. Massacring names today. Chichetto, we'll say, is this particular artist's name. Does a superb job bringing together a lot of different characters in a great visual. So, I highly recommend checking out Avenging Spider-Man number 20, where you'll get to see the Chameleon do things to people that's kind of nasty, but they do it off screen. So it's kind of, you have to figure it out. It's implied that he rips someone's face off and wears it out of S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. Last but not least, from Image Comics, Steve Niles, creator of 30 Days of Night, Vampires in Alaska. That's right, we're coming back to it. Tony Harris, one of my all-time absolute favorite artists, did work for Starman, has done some Doctor Strange work, has done some Peter Parker Spider-Man stuff. He is back with a new creator-owned from Image comic called Chin Music, which is a supernatural noir gangster thing. Imagine basically spells, crazy rituals, rune-covered bullets, and Elliot Ness and Al Capone. It's not the best first issue I have read from Steve Niles. It's not bad whatsoever. It's a strange thing where I just didn't feel like we as readers got enough information to know what the hell was going on. It was a bit confusing. It's a little all over the place. Steve didn't do a great job, as far as I was concerned, giving us the details. However, Tony Harris steps up to the plate and just hits a grand slam. And I make no qualms about it. I am truly a fanboy of his work. But Tony's work on this is framed incredibly well. It looks great. It makes what is almost sometimes incomprehensible story into a bit of a minor masterpiece. What I'm seeing looks really cool, but what the actual story is about is somewhat up in the air. And that might be a situation where it's on purpose to get us going a little further, get us excited and interested, which it definitely succeeded on all of those levels for me. But in the world of trade paperbacks, like we talked with The Walking Dead, I need there to be just a little bit more. You need to get me down that path a little bit further. So, check out Chin Music #1 at Comics Cubed. One thing we didn't talk about was Grimm #1. Probably really one of the best books I've read this week. Didn't get to cover it. A lot of stuff came out this week. But if you stop in, check out Grimm #1. Also, honorable mention, a lot of Avengers titles. So for anybody that was into the Iron Man movie and the Avengers stuff, check it out as well. You can always find all the things we talked about at Comics Cube, located in the beautiful heart of downtown Kokomo at 121 East Sycamore Street, where you'll find the doors open to the public from Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 6. I'm Shawn Hilton. I am the owner, I am your host, and I'm done with you.